Inside the bridal fitting room, I saw my fiancé and my best friend locked in each other's arms. Tomorrow is my wedding, and they're talking about running away together. Anyway, Ava's already transferred all the assets. We'll take the money and vanish. She's so clueless, she still has no idea we've been together for 3 years. I stood motionless outside the door, the freshly deposited $90 million divorce settlement trembling in my hand. When I turned to leave, I typed a single sentence into the group chat. Wedding canceled. New couple taking our place. The voices leaking through the door froze my blood. Once tomorrow's ceremony is over, we'll have enough cash to get out of here. That was Lily. Ava signed over every share her father left her. After we say I do, the equity is officially mine. Chase's tone dripped triumph. I pressed my palm against the fitting room door, sweat slicking my skin. Tomorrow I'm supposed to marry Chase. Today I only came for the final fitting. I never expected to walk in on this. Do you think Ava suspects anything? Lily sounded anxious. Impossible. She trusts you, trusts me. Besides, we've spent 3 years playing the perfect roles. Chase gave a cold laugh. She likes to think she's smart, but she's ridiculously naive. 3 years? My heart felt as if someone had clamped a fist around it, squeezing until the edges of my vision blackened. 3 years ago, I'd just returned from grad school and taken over Dad's company. That was when Chase began pursuing me, gentle, attentive, making me believe I'd found true love. And Lily? We'd grown up together. She was the sister I never had. Turns out the 2 people I trusted most had been betraying me the entire time. When we get the money, we'll head overseas. Ava will never find us. Lily's voice quivered with excitement. Relax. The second the reception ends, we fly out. Her father's shares are worth $90 million now, enough to keep us comfortable for life. $90 million. Everything Dad had built, the empire I'd planned to run with Chase after the wedding, reduced to the bait in their trap. Rustling came from inside the fitting room. I couldn't bear another second and eased away. I needed to breathe, needed a plan. My hands shook as I stepped out of Bella. I pulled out my phone. Chase had just texted, "Baby, tomorrow's our big day. I'm at the hotel. Come see the decorations." Hypocrite. Disgusting hypocrite. I inhaled, steadied my thumbs, and answered, "I'll head home first to organize everything for tomorrow. See you later." The moment I hit send, I hailed a cab to Fields downtown. During the ride, I replayed each sentence. Equity transfer? When did I ever transfer shares? I tugged the document folder from my bag and flipped to the contracts Chase had asked me to sign so we can manage our marital finances more efficiently. I'd scribbled my name without reading a line. Now I knew exactly what they were. 20 minutes later, I sat across from Robert in his corner office. "Ms. Sterling, these are equity transfer agreements," he said after scanning the pages. "According to these, you've already gifted every share you own to Mr. Harrington." "What?" I shot to my feet. "Gifted without payment." "Yes. And they're bulletproof. Your signature, your thumbprints." The room spun. "Robert, is there any way to revoke them?" He tapped his pen. "Only if you can prove fraud or duress at the moment of signing." "Fraud? Absolute fraud. I'll need time to gather proof." I clenched my jaw. "Move fast," he warned. "Once he starts flipping those shares, recovery gets messy." I nodded. The outline of a plan was already forming. "They want a performance? Fine. I'll give them one they'll never forget." Outside Fields, I bypassed the hotel and drove home. Evidence first. I combed through every drawer Chase had used. In the inside pocket of his tux jacket, I found a key card. Suite 1503. I knew the room. Chase and I had stayed there the night we got engaged. Why would he still have a key? I dialed the front desk. "Hi, can you tell me when Suite 1503 was booked?" "Ma'am, it's a long-term reservation, 3 months so far, under Mr. Harrington." 3 entire months. A secret love nest. I hung up, fury pounding in my ears, but I couldn't storm in yet. I needed recordings, video, something airtight. Online, I ordered several mini cameras and voice recorders, then sketched the steps of the trap. At 7 sharp, I arrived at the wedding hotel. Chase was waiting, gentle smile perfectly in place. "Baby, you're here." He opened his arms. I let him hug me, forcing my muscles to soften. "Show me how tomorrow will look." Pink and white floral arches, crystal table settings, a looping slideshow of our happiest selfies. Had I not overheard the fitting room confession, I would have melted at the romance. Tomorrow will be perfect, he whispered. Perfect for him. Sign, seal, vanish. Chase, do you love me? The question slipped out. He blinked, then nodded vigorously. Of course. Why ask? After tomorrow, we'll stay together forever? Absolutely. We'll grow old side by side. Sincerity dripped from every word, convincing enough to fool the version of me who still believed in fairy tales. After the tour, we had dinner in the hotel restaurant. By the way, he said, slicing his steak, let's honeymoon right after the ceremony. Where? Europe, France, Italy. Sound good? Sounds wonderful. I smiled while ice collected in my chest. Europe, the ideal runway for fugitives. I've already bought the plane tickets, he added. Afternoon flight the day after tomorrow. That's soon. I want the world to see you as soon as possible. Plus, company matters are wrapped up, so we can travel worry-free. Wrapped up, meaning the equity was irreversibly his. I'll pack tomorrow then. Pack light. We'll shop for everything new. He squeezed my hand. I'll give you the best life imaginable. Later he walked me home. Rest early, you need to be the most beautiful bride tomorrow. He kissed my forehead. Where will you sleep tonight? I asked, innocent as ever. I'll go to my place. I'll pick you up first thing. His place, Suite 1503, the apartment he shares with Lily. The instant his taillights vanished, I changed into black jeans, a hoodie and a baseball cap, then drove to the hotel. Time to finish building my case. The 15th floor was hushed. I located the familiar door and pressed my ear to the polished wood of Suite 1503. Voices drifted out, Chase and Lily. After tomorrow's performance, we'll finally be free, Lily said, bright with excitement. Flight's the day after tomorrow afternoon. We start over in France, Chase answered. I pulled out my phone and hit record. Do you think Ava will suspect anything? Lily asked. No way. She trusts me, trusts you. And she already signed the equity transfer agreements. Too late to back out now. Those equity shares are really worth $90 million? Absolutely. Her dad's company isn't huge, but the location is prime. The shares are solid gold. They're all mine now. Chase's laugh was smug. I kept recording while slipping a mini camera under the door. Ava's dumb and loaded. 3 years she's followed me, handing me everything. Time to cash in, Chase sneered. Remember the first time you met her? Lily giggled. I told you she was rich and you didn't believe me. You introduced us, you deserve a medal. We've always been the perfect team. From day one, Ava was our cash cow. From day one, a chill swept through me. Lily had been plotting since childhood. Back in high school, she let you copy every exam. You scored high, her rank dropped, Chase said. And college, her dad paid for her to study abroad. I said, get close, find out what the family's worth. You were already planning this back then? Of course. Ava exists to be used, rich, brainless, thinks everyone's good. My hand shook. I almost dropped the phone. So it had been a setup from the start. The friendship, the romance, all fake. When her dad died, she cried for days, begged me to stay with her. I could barely stop laughing. Lily spat. Tomorrow, once the vows are done, she'll realize she's lost everything. She'll never catch us. We'll swap identities and start fresh overseas. I'd heard enough. The recordings proved their malice. I retrieved the camera and slipped away from the hotel. Back home, I texted Attorney Fields. New evidence. Can we meet tomorrow morning? Reply came fast, 10 a.m. at the firm. I spent the night mapping my next move. If they wanted a show, I'd give them one they'd never forget. I skimmed statutes, hunted loopholes, searched for every way to shield what was mine. At 2 a.m., I finally lay down, but sleep was thin, haunted by their laughter. Morning came with Chase's call. Baby, today's our big day. You ready? I'm ready, I said, rubbing my eyes. I'll pick you up at 9 for hair and makeup. Ceremony starts at noon. Okay. Love you, Ava. Love you too, I lied. The moment the line went dead, I was up, showered, dressed, and out the door to the firm. After listening to the recordings, Attorney Fields looked grim. Solid proof of fraud. We can freeze the assets today. Can it be done before the wedding? I'll push. Judging by the docket, the order should issue this afternoon. Thank you, Attorney Fields. Outside, I checked the time, 8:30. 30 minutes until Chase arrived. I had to sell the fairy tale a little longer. At 9 sharp he rang the bell. Impeccable tux, pastel roses, picture-perfect groom. "My beautiful bride," he said, handing me the bouquet. "You look stunning." "Thanks." I forced a smile. On the ride to the salon he gushed about our future. How many kids we'd have, where we'd retire, how we'd grow old together. Every word sliced like a blade. If I hadn't overheard last night, I'd still swear he adored me. "Chase, is there anything you want to tell me?" I tested. "Like what?" He looked puzzled. "About our future, the company, anything." "Nope. Our future's bright. I'll handle the business. You just enjoy being my wife." Be his wife, when he had no intention of letting me reach the altar as his wife. At the studio, the artist went to work while he lounged nearby, tossing compliments. "Ava, the second I saw you I knew you were the woman I'd marry." Translation: the second he saw me he knew I was the mark he'd bleed. "Really? What were you thinking?" "I thought, she's so kind, so gorgeous, an angel sent for me. More like an ATM delivered by heaven." Mid-makeover he stepped out to take calls. I caught snippets. Everything on schedule. Right after the ceremony we bolt for the airport, bags already packed. Tomorrow we're in France. They were ready to vanish today. When the brushes finally stopped, we headed to the venue. Guests filed in, old classmates, his colleagues, my relatives. Lily arrived in lilac chiffon, radiant. "Ava, you're breathtaking." She hugged me, voice low. "Thank you for letting me be your bridesmaid." "Of course. Best friends forever, right?" I smiled. The coordinator ushered me into the bridal suite. I slipped into the gown, clouds of white satin, hand-sewn lace, a cathedral train. In the mirror I looked every inch the bride. Too bad the whole wedding was a con. "Ready?" the planner asked. "Ready." I inhaled, gripped my phone, texted Attorney Fields. "Status?" Reply: "Freeze granted. They can't move a cent, police are watching." "Good. Curtain up." Music swelled, guests rose. Chase waited at the altar, beaming. Lily stood nearby, eyes unreadable. I walked the aisle, counting heartbeats, counting seconds. In minutes the farce would collapse. The priest began. "Chase, do you take Ava to be your wife in poverty or wealth, sickness or health, to love and protect?" "I do." His gaze shone with counterfeit devotion. "Ava, do you take Chase to be your husband in poverty or wealth, sickness or health, to love and cherish?" My turn. Everyone was waiting for me to say, "I do." I looked at Chase's expectant eyes, at the smiling guests below, at Lily's tense expression. Right then my phone rang. "Sorry, I need to take an important call," I told the officiant. A ripple of whispers swept through the pews. Clearly, answering a phone mid-ceremony was a breach of etiquette. But I no longer cared. "Attorney Fields." I answered. "Miss Sterling, everything's locked down. Their accounts are frozen, and officers are en route to the venue." "Got it." I hung up and met Chase's bewildered gaze. "Chase, there's something I have to tell you." "What is it?" "Can we finish the ceremony first?" he snapped, impatient. "No." I shook my head. "Because this concerns your freedom." The guests began murmuring, unsure what was happening. "Ava, what are you talking about?" Chase's face drained of color. "I know about you and Lily," I said calmly. Chase went white as parchment. Lily looked ready to bolt. "I don't know what you mean," he tried to bluff. "Really? Then let's play a recording." I pulled out my phone and tapped the audio from last night. "Tomorrow, after the show, we're free." Lily's voice rang out clearly. "Yeah, flight's the day after." "We start our new life in France," Chase answered. The sanctuary fell dead silent. Ava's dumb and loaded. 3 years, she gave me everything. Time to cash out. Since we were kids, Ava's been our golden goose. When the clip ended, not a breath could be heard. Every stunned I turned on Chase and Lily. What's going on?" One of my college friends stood up and asked. "Exactly what you just heard," I replied, voice steady. "My fiancé and my best friend have been secretly dating, conned me into signing an equity transfer agreement, and plan to vanish with the money after the honeymoon." Outraged voices erupted. "Ava, let me explain." Chase reached for my hand. "Explain what?" "How you choreographed this whole fraud. How you played me for an idiot." I stepped back, avoiding his touch. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" I sneered. "New life in France, plane tickets booked, right?" Both of their faces turned the color of ash. "And Lily, you've been calculating against me since childhood. Copying my homework in high school, milking me for family financial info in college. I remember every bit. Tears rolled down Lily's cheeks. Ava, we're best friends. Best friends? Best friends betray me? Treat me like an ATM. Sirens wailed outside the hotel. 2 officers strode down the aisle. Chase Quinn, please come with us, the lead officer said, flashing his badge. Gasps rippled through the pews. No one had expected a police drama at a wedding. Officers, this is a misunderstanding, Chase began. That's for the investigation to decide. Come along, the officer said. They escorted Chase and Lily out, leaving a ballroom of gaping guests. I stood alone at the altar, watching them disappear. It was finally over. Guests filed out, the hall emptied quickly. I sank into a chair, feeling as if I'd woken from a nightmare. Ava, are you okay? My college roommate Maya hurried over. I'm fine. I managed a weak smile. I can't believe they did this to you. Disgusting, Maya fumed. Yeah, me neither. Truthfully, the signs had been there. For 3 years, Chase's affection always came with an agenda. Lily's care had felt off too. I'd just trusted them blindly, certain their love was genuine. Need company? Maya asked. No, I'd like to be alone. She nodded. Call me if you need anything. Soon the hotel was silent, only me left. I slipped out of the gown and changed into jeans and a sweater. The dress had cost $100,000 custom-made. Now the very sight of it felt obscene. My phone buzzed, Attorney Fields again. Miss Sterling, police have formally opened the case. We should see progress soon. What about my shares? You should recover them, fraud evidence is solid. Thanks, Attorney Fields. Anytime, just doing my job. Back home, everything looked the same, yet nothing was. Chase's shirt still hung in the closet, his toiletries lined the bathroom sink, but the sight turned my stomach. I yanked his things off hangers and out of drawers, ready to trash the lot. While packing, odd items surfaced. Multiple bank cards in different names, photos of women I didn't recognize. One snapshot showed a sweet-looking girl. On the back she'd written, Love, Sophie. Sophie? Another conquest? I kept digging. In a small box lay more pictures and letters. Sophie Xiaoya Menghan. How many women had this snake charmed? I texted Attorney Fields. Found more evidence. We'll drop it off tomorrow. If Chase had duped multiple victims, the charges would pile higher. That thought brought a sliver of comfort. At least I wasn't the only fool, and maybe not the biggest. That night I lay awake, memories of the past 3 years flashing like a broken film. Chase's tenderness, Lily's companionship, turns out every moment was staged. I cried, not mourning them, but mourning my own gullibility. Next morning a call jolted me awake. Unknown number. Is this Ava? Yes, who's calling? I'm Morgan. I saw the news about Chase. Morgan, the girl in the photo? What do you want? He fooled me too. Said he was single, promised marriage. I gave him $200,000 to start a business together. Another victim, exactly as I'd suspected. Can you come over? Let's talk, I said. I'll be there right away. An hour later Morgan arrived, young, barely 20, gorgeous. Sis Ava, I can't believe Chase did this. She sobbed the instant she stepped inside. How long did he string you along? About 6 months. Claimed I was his one and only. I handed over my entire savings. Did he ever mention other women? Never. He swore I was special. She wept harder. Clearly Chase was a serial predator, collecting hearts and cash. Morgan, will you come to the precinct with me and file a report? Absolutely, he has to pay. Together we drove to the station. She added her statement to the growing file. Inside the lobby we ran into 2 more girls, also claiming Chase had conned them. Turns out the scumbag had been playing 4 women at the same time. Over the next few days, Chase's case moved forward. Besides Morgan and me, the police identified 3 more victims. With Lily's involvement, the charges now included criminal conspiracy. Attorney Fields told me Chase is looking at 3 to 10 years in state prison. Lily, as an accessory, will face matching legal consequences. Miss Sterling, your equity shares should be restored soon. Every piece of evidence is breaking in your favor, Attorney Fields said. Attorney Fields, thank you for everything these past weeks. It's what I'm here for. One more thing, Chase is asking to see you. See me? I frowned. I don't want to see him. He claims it's important about your father. My father? He's been dead 3 years. What could possibly matter now? What exactly did he say? He said your father's death might not have been an accident. What? My heart lurched. Dad died in a car crash 3 years ago. The police closed it as an accident. Now Chase says it wasn't. What does that even mean? Attorney Fields, I'll see him. I'll set it up. The next afternoon I walked into the county jail. Chase wore an orange jumpsuit, gaunt, all his former polish gone. Ava, Taylor, you came, he rasped. Talk. About my father. I stared ice cold. Your father's death was no accident. It was staged. By whom? And why? Lily's father, Victor. Victor? Lily's father? I thought he only built shopping centers. Why would he hurt my dad? Business vendetta. Your father's firm was bidding on a waterfront project. If he won, Victor's company would have been crushed. My hands started to shake. Do you have proof? Yes, recordings and documents. I didn't know at the time. Lily spilled it when she was drunk. Why tell me now? Because I was played too. Lily went after you on Victor's orders. They used our relationship to gut your father's company. The room spun. Dad was murdered, and I'd treated his killer's daughter as my best friend. Where are those files? My townhouse. Hidden in the study safe. The code's your birthday. My birthday. Lily said if anyone found it, they'd assume you said it and blame you. How venomous can people be? Chase, why confess? Because I'm sorry. Tears glazed his eyes. I know it's too late, but I mean it. These 3 years you moved me, Ava. You're kind, you trusted. Enough. I cut him off. Your words are worthless now. I know you hate me, but avenge your father. Victor can't walk free. I held his gaze a moment, then stood. I will. I drove straight to Chase's townhouse. The police had already tossed it, drawers gaped, cushions slashed. I found the study keyed in my birthday, and the safe clicked open. Inside lay folders and a voice recorder. I pressed play. Dad, how's the thing with Uncle Sterling? Lily's voice. Relax. The crash looked flawless. The cops won't question it. A man, Victor. And his company. With Sterling gone, it'll fold. We'll pick up the contract. Sure we won't get caught. Impossible. Plus, you're cozy with his daughter. Feed me intel. I'll keep trying. Tears streamed. Dad was murdered, and I'd worshipped the enemy's daughter. I handed the recorder and files to detectives that same night. The evidence was ironclad. Victor was formally investigated. Lily's charge escalated from fraud to homicide conspiracy. Days later they cuffed Victor. The 50-something tycoon finally confessed. I was desperate, market pressure. He whined. The law didn't care. Murder carries the death penalty. The verdict gave me a flicker of peace. Dad can rest. Yet I felt hollow. For 3 years, every ally around me lied and used me. I doubted my own judgment, wondered if genuine people even existed. Then Maya called. Ava, I heard about Victor. Are you okay? Hanging in. My voice was flat. Are you alone? I'm coming over. No, I need solitude. Not an option. I'm on my way. 30 minutes later, she arrived with grocery bags. You've been starving yourself. I brought your favorites. Her concern broke me. Maya, why does everyone deceive me? Not everyone. I never will. But I don't know who to trust anymore. Trust me. Trust the ones who truly care. You're not alone. Under her watch, I stabilized. How's the company? She asked later. Shares are back, but Chase ran it into the ground. It needs a total rebuild. Need help? Not yet. I want time off. These blows, father murdered, fiancé traitor, sister friend schemer, were huge. So what's next? I'll travel, clear my head. Where? Not sure, maybe Yunnan, maybe Tibet. I'll come, she offered. Keep your job. I need solitude to figure out my path. She nodded. Stay safe, call anytime. I spent the following days wrapping affairs, company handoffs, itinerary, waiting on the final sentences. A month later, the court ruled. Chase, 5 years. Lily, 3 years. Victor, death suspended. Justice at last. Still, nothing returns what's lost. Dad won't breathe again, and shredded trust can't be stitched. I have to start over. I boarded the train to Yunnan, suitcase in tow. Watching scenery streak past, I felt the first real calm in ages. Maybe a new place will show me who I can become. Over 2 months I wandered Dali, Lijiang, Shangri-La. Stunning landscapes and simple kindnesses slowly mended me. I've stayed in inns, climbed snow-capped mountains, watched sunrises and sunsets. Along the way I met a lot of interesting people. There were backpackers, photographers, local artists. Their stories made me realize that life still holds plenty of beautiful possibilities. In a small town called Shuanglong, I met a painter. His name was Leo, a little over 30. He used to be a designer in Beijing, but later grew tired of the city's noise and came here to paint. "Life in the city is too fake, everyone wears a mask," he said, brushing at the canvas. "Yeah, I know exactly what you mean," I answered with a bitter smile. "You look like you carry a story," Leo said, setting the paintbrush down and looking at me. "Doesn't everyone?" "True, but yours doesn't seem very happy." I didn't reply. I only stared quietly at the distant mountains. "If you feel like it, you can tell me." Sometimes talking to a stranger is easier. Maybe because I was in a strange place with a stranger, I suddenly felt the urge to unburden myself. I told Leo everything that had happened these past few months. He listened quietly, nodding now and then, never interrupting. "Sounds like you've been through a lot," he said. "Yeah, sometimes I think I was incredibly stupid. How could I have been fooled for so long?" "You weren't stupid, you were kind. Kind people are always easier for the unkind to use. So should I become cold and indifferent from now on?" "No need." Leo shook his head. "Kindness is a precious quality. Don't change just because you ran into bad people. You only need to learn how to protect yourself." "How?" "Trust your gut. Don't hand your trust to anyone blindly. The people who truly care about you won't make you uncomfortable." Leo's words gave me plenty to think about. Indeed, during the 3 years I'd been with Chase, I'd always had an indescribable uneasiness. But I'd told myself I was just being oversensitive, so I'd ignored it. "Tailor, Leo," I said sincerely. "No problem. By the way, can you paint?" "A little, but I haven't picked up a brush in ages." "Want to try?" Painting is a great emotional outlet. Under Leo's guidance, I took up the paintbrush again. I painted the distant mountains, the lake, the clouds. While I painted, I felt calm inside. "You've got real talent," Leo said, studying my work. "Really?" "Of course. These pieces are full of emotion. You can see the change happening inside you." It was true. My style shifted from gloomy and oppressed at the start to bright and fresh later on. Just like my mood. After a month in Shuanglong, I decided to return to Beijing. Not because I disliked the place, but because I felt ready to face my new life. "You're leaving?" Leo sounded reluctant. It's time to go back. The company still needs me to straighten things out." "Keep in touch." "Of course." Back in Beijing, I threw myself into work. The company really did need reorganizing. Piles of matters required my personal attention. But I found I'd grown tougher and wiser. I rehired the management team, set new development plans. Business was soon back on track, even better than before. During my free time, I'd paint and chat with Leo on the phone. Life gradually became fulfilling. 6 months later, the company was running smoothly. I decided to hold an art exhibition of the work I'd produced during this period. The theme was rebirth, symbolizing how I'd walked out of pain to welcome a new life. Maya helped me arrange it. She was even more excited than I was. "Ava, your paintings are amazing. I'm sure the show will be a hit." "Tailor, Maya. I couldn't have done it without your support these past months. We're friends, it's what friends do." On opening day, crowds showed up. There were my friends, company colleagues, even art lovers I didn't know. What surprised me most was that Leo had flown in from Yunnan. "Congratulations, Ava," he said, handing me a bouquet of sunflowers. "Tailor for coming. I'm really touched. I told you I'd support you." The exhibition was a success. Many pieces were collected. More importantly, I felt a sense of achievement and satisfaction. These were results I'd earned through my own effort. No deceit, no scheming. At the celebration afterward, I raised my glass. "Thank you all for your support. This exhibition means the world to me. It represents a fresh start. In the past year, I've endured pain and setbacks. I lost trust, lost love, even lost faith in life for a while. But I've also gained a lot. I learned to be independent, to be strong, to believe in myself. I want to tell everyone who's gone through something similar. Don't let someone else's betrayal steal your hope for beauty. Real happiness is something we create ourselves." Applause broke out, and I saw tears in many eyes. When the reception ended, Leo came over. "Ava, you've changed." "For the better?" I asked with a smile. "You're more confident and more beautiful." "Tailor, there's something I want to tell you," he said, suddenly nervous. What is it? I like you. From the first moment I saw you in Shuanglong, I was drawn to you. I was stunned. I hadn't seen that coming. I know you just walked out of a failed relationship. I'm in no rush. I can wait until you're ready, Leo continued. Leo, you don't have to answer now. I just wanted you to know. Looking into his sincere eyes, I felt warmth spread through me. It felt completely different from what I'd had with Chase. No pressure, no discomfort, only ease and joy. I need time to think, I said. Okay, I'll wait. 3 months later, Leo and I were officially together. This time I didn't rush in head first. I took my time getting to know him, observing him. Leo was patient. He understood my caution and never pushed. He painted with me, traveled with me, helped me handle company affairs. Through it all, I found he was genuinely kind and upright. A year later, we got married. The wedding was simple, only our closest friends invited. No betrayal, no deception, only heartfelt blessings. During the ceremony, I thought of the farcical wedding that had taken place a year earlier. The contrast made me cherish my present happiness all the more. Maya was my bridesmaid. She cried even harder than I did. Ava, I'm so happy for you. You've finally found real happiness. Yes, I feel incredibly lucky. When Leo and I exchanged rings, I spoke silently to Dad. Dad, can you see? I'm doing well. Your enemies have paid, and your daughter has found true happiness. As if in answer, sunlight streamed through the windows, warm and bright. Our new life had begun, and this time I wasn't afraid, because I'd learned how to protect myself and how to recognize true hearts. Leo and I ran the company together, painted together, traveled together. Our love deepened with every shared experience. Thank you for listening to today's story. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it? If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with friends. We look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful stories. See you next time.